Hello, welcome to Lighthouse Stamping with Lorraine. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in Vancouver, Washington. Thank you for joining me today. Before we get started, all of the dimensions and all the product I use will be listed below. There's a link to my online store if you wish to purchase any of these products. There is my email address if you have any questions. There's our Facebook group if you'd like to join that. We'd love to have you. And please remember to like, share, and subscribe on YouTube and help me grow in YouTube world. Okay, what we're making today. This is what we're making. This is a little place card holder. You can fill it. I'm going to use dinner mints in a little bag in here. I haven't bought them yet, a little early for Thanksgiving yet. But anyhow, this little place card holder, and it's decorated with pumpkins, a few leaves. It says grateful on the front, but on the back it has the person's name. And even the back side I've decorated because person's going to be sitting here and they're going to see their side, but the person on the other side of the table is going to see it. So I decided that we should decorate both sides. And I'm being scratched at really hardly by someone that wants in. I'm hoping they go away. So I told you, if you watched the video on Wednesday, I was going to use some scraps. So these are the scraps we're going to be using. I have a piece of Very Vanilla and a little piece of Early Expresso. This is the oxidized copper paper. We're going to be using a little of that. And this is the backs of that beautiful autumn paper. I think I have to open the door before she cries herself to death. Just one moment. Come on in. Come on in. Be a good girl. It's Smokey who's joining us. She wants to come in. She's found her blanket. She's happy. So anyhow, these are pieces I've cut off from other patterns I've used. This one I actually did have to punch in to get this green, but I wanted 5 different colors. So I'm going to show you what we're going to do with those. But first, we're going to build the box. So what you need to build the box. Sorry, I had to get my dimensions. You need a piece of 9 by 8. Make sure I got this right. Now, this is Pecan Pie. You could use any color you wanted. And on the 9-inch side, we are going to score at 3 and 6. I'm going to rotate it. On the 8-inch side, we're scoring at 3 and 5. That's the end of the scoring. The overall size of this box, it's 3 inches by 2 inches by 3 inches tall. So it's a nice size box. So we're going to fold and burnish all of these really nicely. Okay, grab a nice size pair of scissors here. And we're going to cut up, take a corner, pick a corner. I want to cut just to the other side of, just so I'm over or right over, just past that score line. Now, I'm going to be, I don't want all this in here. It's too thick because we're going to cover up half, there's no room for it. I'm going to come in here and whack off and leave me about 1 inch. That is a good size scrap for something else. And then I'm going to wedge it. And I'm just going to rotate around the box doing this. Whack off about 1 inch. If you wedge it first, it doesn't leave you enough room to use it for something else. But by wedging it that way, it leaves you, you know, for a nice sign or something. Rotate like that. This goes together very quickly. It's an easy box. Like I said, I've got little bags. I'm going to get some dinner mints. May put something else in there too. And put those at each person's place setting for Thanksgiving. Helps make a real pretty decoration for the and no two will be exactly alike. Depends on, unless you really get particular about your pumpkins here in a few minutes. So that's what we have so far, just like that. I'm gonna grab some glue. You could use tear and tape or Seal Plus if you wanted, but you all know I'm a glue girl. And I'm going to pull this first one up and make sure you've got a nice 90-degree angle. And we'll just move around the box. What are you into, Smokey? She's found the cord to the blinds. I can hear her. Do this one. I'm making sure I get enough up here at the top, as well as I don't want the top to come apart. Another nice 90-degree. Now you could just make this box and, you know, put DSP all over it too if you wanted, but I like the pumpkins. I thought it was so cute. That's a nice way to use up scraps. Knock it off. So that's our box. Now I'm going to take and go in here with my bone folder and give everything a good press. Just like that, and we'll set that off to the side. Excuse me one moment. Hi guys, look who I have here on a Friday afternoon. This is Smokey, and she's being a little pill. She's checking out my stamps and stuff. Come on, Smokey, I need to work, honey. You can't go up there. Come here, baby. Sorry about that, everyone. She's curious kitty. Oh. No. Okay. Go to your bed. Come on. Go get on your bed. No, she's going to sit behind me. Sorry about that. I was just moving her to get out of trouble, but... Okay, you sit on my chair and hog the chair. So what I did is, with this, I decided I wanted to stamp something nice on it. So I pulled in the word grateful from the Cottage reset. Don't you just love these distractions when you're trying to do something? Kittens just don't understand. Especially her. She doesn't see really what I'm doing or understand it, but she can't see it either. So that is the extent of stamping on this. And I probably should have die cut it first, but we'll try doing it this way. What I'm going to use to die cut this, I didn't even get the die out. I'm going to use the Tailor made dies. You see me use these a lot because I love these tags. This is the one with the little rounded corners. Oh, she's up in the metal rack now. I have a huge metal rack behind me in front of my, and I would just cut these out first. You won't believe this. She now wants to leave, and I'm going to let her out. Just one moment. You go. Get your tail out of the way. Sorry about that. She gets bored very easily. And I should tell you, she's a kleptomaniac too. She steals stuff. So we have grateful on one side, and the other side, reverse side, you could put the person's name. So that's the extent of die cutting. No, it's not. We'll set the machine over here for a second. She's just throwing me off track. Kittens do that. The oxidized paper. In the Cottage Wreath set, there's a die set that is called Country Wreaths dies. I'm sure many of you have seen this, but in here, there is 4 cut alone. They have 4 of them in here, so I'm going to use all 4 instead of doing them one at a time. Little leaves. So we're going to grab those out. Now, on the first one, I attempted to glue this onto the card. Not doing that this time. How much paper do I need? This is specialty paper, so I'm very picky about making sure I don't use more, cut more than I need. And I have a scrap here of, this is the Adhesive Sheets. And I think I can get all of them on there. So what I'm going to do is put this on here. See if I have a peel point on here. I don't. I'll just take and peel it this way. I'm only peeling part of it back because I'm not sure I'll need the whole piece. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to put the adhesive face down this way. So the adhesive is on the back. Just like that. Give it a real good rub. Now there's still a nice strip there. And grab some snips. And I'm going to snip this off right here. This part comes away and we have ready to make stickers. I know in the past I've used these and I've always had them ready to go. And this time I thought I would show you how easy it was to do it. So let's get these 3 little lovelies cut, or 4 lovely leaves cut. You need 2 for the front and 2 for the back. Now if you're only doing one side, you only need 2. But I thought this oxidized copper looks so beautiful with the copper in that other pattern paper. Oh yeah, I've got plenty of room to get all 4 of them on here. Doesn't, like I said, it doesn't take much paper. And no, I'm not going to get another one. I have to make some more of these, so. But I'm just going to do it like that. Now, if your plates are bowed, make sure you glue those, or tape them down somehow so that they don't slide, especially if you're trying to do close together like that, so they don't slide over the top of each other. You don't want that. So, yep, it's all cut through. And it also makes this paper much thicker when you're cutting it, so it's really nice. So let's get all these poked out real fast. Get the cutting board plate out of my way. And there's our leaf, first leaf. Leaf number 2. I'm going to start putting these in stacks because we're going to use 2 for the front and 2 for the back. And this is the front because that's going to have that one. That is really the only difference, is that. Okay. So we're going to make 10 pumpkins, and this cuts out 2 at a time, and they're 2 different shapes. So I'm going to cut 1 out of each. Let me come to this side here. I'm going to cut 1 out of each of the different colors I have. Just like this. That gives us one of each color. And one more. Just like that. So that's the green one. So I'll put a big green and a little green. There's the peacock one. So we'll do it that way. Mixing up my sizes. Moody mauve, moody mauve. I want one that has 3 large on the front, and the 3 small will go on there. So you have 2 large on this one and 2 small on that one. Okay, so that's that part. Then I had to think about what I wanted for my stalks on my pumpkins, because I did want some stalks. And that's where this little piece of brown comes in. I cut a little strip. It's about 3/4, maybe not even that. Except I've got to hold it. I'm probably going to have to grab another piece out of my box. I don't think I grabbed enough. So there's 1, 2, and then you have to tear off some extra so you can get it in there right. There's 3. There's 4. I switch to the other end now. There's 5. 6. We counted right so far. So there's 5. Like I said, I don't know if we'll get them all out of here or not. We'll find out in a minute. Because I am just like I said, I am just using up scrap. Better put a little handle on this now. Oh, wait. And in my cutting, hang on, when I punched out the first set, I remembered I did 1 extra. So we only need 3 more. There's 1. Put this back on. Not much to hang on to, but 2, 3. That should be 5 right there. 5 of them. Like I said, I was using a scrap and I used all of the scrap. But you could have made them any color. You could have made them any color you wanted. You could have made them out of this paper if you wanted, but I wanted a contrasting color. I'm not putting leaves on my pumpkins. So we're going to build. So decide what you want to be the front. It doesn't really matter. And I'm going to make this one, we're going to do the back first. So we'll do this one. We'll use this stack first. So I'm just going to decide where I want to start. About like this. Grab some glue. And it's just a matter of layering up some pumpkins. Oh, I know what else I was supposed to do first. I want to put my, where did I put my paper? It's easier to put the stalks on first. I should tell you, it is much easier. I'm just going to use a glue dot to do that. I think I left enough room in there. It'll be a little crooked, but that's okay. Put your stalks on first. It really is easier. You want them on the front or the back. I'm putting mine on the back. And I'm not really concerned with placement on them. I'm just, stalks end up in strange places on your pumpkins. Just sticking a glue dot on them. Because this was the easiest way. Gluing that little piece on there is just not worth it. And this last one here. So you can put them on the outside if you wanted. I preferred mine on this side. I did some on the outside on that one. One side had, no, they're all on the inside, I think, except for one. And I liked them on the inside better. So anyhow, we're going to glue these on now. At least the small ones in the back are going to get glued on. And then we're going to put some dimensionals. Grab some dimensionals out of here. I should have moved him over a little bit. Put a couple dimensionals on these. I'll put that on that side. Like I said, you can lay these out any way you want. Except you can't overlap the glue dots or the dimensionals. So we have a nice little stack of those. And then I'm going to take my leaves that we put the sticky on and peel off the back. And I'm going to put one up here. Like that. Bend that little in just a little bit and it'll give. I'm going to stick one down this direction here in this corner. So that's the back of our box, okay? And that's the extent of decorating for so far. Now we'll do the front. Get those pumpkins all decorated again with their stalks. Some of that. One more. And then we could just come along and add some stalks to the back of these. Just like that. Like I said, I'm not even paying attention which way they're leaning or not leaning. So, there's all of our stalks on there. Now this is the front of the box. In this one, we're actually going to have 3 big ones versus 3 small ones. So you have to decide what you want in the middle. And I think I'm going to put this one in the middle. And it's going to get glued down. So you're doing basically the same layout. You're just substituting some big for little. Nope, I went that way. Doesn't really make that much difference. But I did learn, put the second one on after you get this placed. Make sure, leave a little room for my leaves there, because I do want the leaves. Put that one there, so more to that side. Okay, and then we have some leaves. Yeah, I said bend it, and it worked. There it goes. If I can hang on to it. Sorry, I'm getting out of the camera. So I'm going to tuck this one up here like that. And then this one, tuck under here a little bit, right down there. So get a couple little leaves. Then we need to hook on our excuse me, one moment. We're going to add some bling to this too. But I used Very Vanilla, so I'm going to use Very Vanilla Baker's Twine. And we need to punch a hole. And I'm just punching it in the front of my box. Right there in the front. If you have a smaller punch hole, use it. I have a really tiny, tiny one, but I couldn't get the Baker's Twine through it, so. And I'm going to thread that through here. Don't need a lot. No. It's roughly about 10 inches, I guess. And I'm going to tie a little knot here in the bottom so it doesn't move around too much. So you can do a double knot, whatever kind of knot you want. I'm just tying a knot. This is so it doesn't flop around too much. Just like that. Not tight, just a little loop. And then we're going to thread one side through like that. And now I'm going to tie a little bow. Like that. So it lays on top of the box. So it lays like that. Now, I think we need to trim that one off just a little. So then I can just flip it over. If I know ahead of time, I'll write whose names are on there, but you can still flip that over and write somebody's name on it very easily if you don't have your guest list done yet. So there's that. Then I looked at it and said, oh no, we can't be done yet. We need some bling. Now the first one, I believe it or not, I used wild wheat on it, which I thought looked really nice. But I think we're going to use the copper clay this time. So I could use Moody Mop, but I'm going to go with copper clay. So I'm going to put one here. I'm going to put the big one on the front on this, the center. And one more. I think we'll put it up here. And then on the back side, like I said, whoever's sitting across from this person is going to see this. So they should have something nice to look at. Or you could just slap a nice piece of decorative this paper on the back of it. But that, I'll put that so you can see the size of it. That is my place card holding tree box. So hold that up so you can see all the colors. I think it's very pretty. Now, and there's the back side for the viewers on the back side of the table. They make a little, then you don't have to use a place card holder. This could be just a little gift you have sitting by your front door when people leave as well. So it depends on what kind of evening you're having. Like I said, it is 3 inches by 2 inches by 3 inches high. So it's a nice size container. I've got little bags. I'm going to put mints and stuff in mine. So thank you for joining me today, and I will see you next Monday. On Monday, we're starting my 25 days of Christmas. And you know what? I haven't even designed the first project. So if you have something you'd like to see for Christmas, drop me an email. Let me know, and we will see if we can do it together. Thank you, and have a wonderful weekend, everyone.